Welcome to Stretchy Saturday, guys. Church of Calisthenics, day 34. We're almost done with the anger challenge. 30 minutes on the clock. Today is Stretchy Saturday. This isn't my forte, but I still love the stretch. I still have to do it. This is just, as always, a reminder to keep participating, keep showing up, keep putting that emphasis in your body. These are all my favorite stretches. I'm going to try to talk you through them as well as I can, instructing you how to kind of move through them, how I personally move through them. At any point you feel uncomfortable in these stretches, please stop and reset. Make sure you're not hurting yourself, making sure you're just being kind to your body. We're trying to release tension. We're not trying to add on tension. Part of this is that I'm doing pretty intense workouts during the week. Obviously, we had our last 5 this week, and those workouts put a lot of tension on your body. So what I want for our stretches is just to kind of slowly release that and have a good time. The main thing is about showing up for 30 minutes, even on the 6th day of the week, to do a little bit more and stretch it out. I'm gonna start out my favorite pose, child's pose. Child's pose is pretty simple. You can start in like kind of a tabletop, hands over knees, or sorry, shoulders over hands. And you're just gonna sit back into those hips. My knees are about probably shoulder width apart roughly, so it doesn't have to be anything. You can kind of widen them if you want, but just sitting back into those heels, stretching your arms out, really feeling it through your back and through your arms. I love child's pose. I'm gonna do it a few times today. As always, if you just want to hang out and sit on the video, do whatever stretches you want. If you're just spending these 30 minutes to stretch, that's all that matters. That's all I really want from this, is for you to focus on stretching. You do the stretches that feel good to you. Good. Let's come back up. Let's go into plank for a second and a little downward dog. Good, good, good. Hope everybody's had a wonderful week. So proud of you for showing up again, even on the second to last day. I'll have a little podcast for you tomorrow, but today we need to focus on stretching. 3 and 2, back into plank. Drop those knees. Downward dog. Hope everybody had a wonderful Friday night. I spent mine playing some Horizon Zero Dawn with Lily. Just about 4 or 5 years behind, but we're finally getting to it. It's a really beautiful game. Highly recommend it if you haven't played it. I'm just sitting in this child's pose, guys. Letting my hips really relax. Letting myself relax through my arms too, extending out. Let's come back up. We're gonna do one more downward dog into plank, and then sit into those heels, raising the core to the ceiling. Oh, I feel it. If you want to put a little emphasis in your calves here, you can kind of just slowly push your heels to the ground while also still extending your core upwards. Putting those heels into the ground is really going to extend through the calf muscle. A little nice flex in your foot. 3 and 2. Excellent. We're going to do some bird dogs. Really love some bird dogs. You start in tabletop, and what you're doing with the bird dogs, you're alternating arm and leg to extend out, trying to create that cross tension through your core. Extending arm and leg out, nice and slow. And we're just going to hold for a few seconds at a time. We're going to alternate. Let's come out of this one. Now alternate. You're going to do opposite leg, opposite arm. So I did right and left first. Now I'm switching left and right. Really extending through, trying to create a line through your body. Obviously it's the opposite arm, opposite leg, but you can still create a really awesome line. Strengthening that back, your obliques, everywhere. Really helping your core here too. This is what it's really about, is stabilizing your core. Good. Let's get one more on the other side. Probably can hear the music today. I think it's Infraction Music on Spotify. I just want to give them another shout out. It's nice free videos. All right, let's come back into it. Back down in child's pose. All that being said, just wanted to shout out the artist for the music, but also just a reminder, put on some music, get in the right state of mind. You got to love this. You got to be able to enjoy this. This is just 30 minutes of your Saturday. You're showing your body some love, letting that tension out. In 3 and 2, I'm going to start with an assisted, call it like a frog lunge. So maybe you want to keep your knees on the ground, but try to go into a plank even with your knees on the ground. And then I'm going to push this left leg forward. I'm super tight from the leg workout Thursday, so I'm really wanting to let my hips and my hamstring extend out. And when I want to add a little bit of tension to this, I'm going to lift that back leg off the ground. If you can't do this, don't do this. Stay in the assisted version if you need the assisted version. But if you can, try to do this more extensive version to really let that hip flexor and that quad stretch out. Excellent. Let's slowly drop that knee. Let's pull that left leg back. Now let's do the other side. I'm gonna bring my right leg forward and the assisted. My knee is still down. And then when I feel comfortable, that's when I'm gonna open that left leg up, extend it up. Making sure my hands are below shoulders, making sure I'm distributing the weight through my entire hand so that I can make sure I'm creating that stability in my shoulder. Excellent. Excellent. Really feel it in that hip flexor and that quad. I know it's burning. Mine are so sore from Thursday. Let's come out of it really slow. Excellent. Let's go into child's pose for just a second. We're going to do it on either side one more time, but I love to throw in some child's pose every few seconds just to let myself reset, let those hips reset. You can do different types of child's poses. Sometimes I like to widen the hips a little bit, give myself a little different angle. Just sitting through those hips, letting that butt go down into your heels. Good. Let's come back up. We're going to do that frog lunge just one more time. We're going to do it assisted first, left leg coming up, right leg's back, assisted. And then when I want to add a little bit of stability, a little bit of tension, I'm going to lift that right leg up. Just for a few seconds. Just really trying to open up those hips. We're going to do some pigeons. I love to end all my stretches with pigeons. That's usually the last 6 minutes or so. So we'll definitely do some more hip work later in the stretch video. But for now, I just wanted to focus on this. Good. Let's come out of that nice and slow. Switching back into tabletop. Now we're doing that right leg forward. Starting in assisted, and then we're going to push through. Let it feel it. Let yourself feel it. That's what I meant to say. Focus. Main thing about this stretch video is I want you to be aware of your body. I want you to be aware of what you're doing to your body during the week. Let's come out of it nice and slow. Back into child's pose. But I want you to be aware of all these little quirks, all these little tensions in your body that you're getting from all the calisthenics. And the stretching video is about understanding where you're tight, understanding where your limitations are, so that you can do stretches to open yourself up, so you can let yourself release that tension. We need to get rid of these injuries so that we can keep continuing to grow and shape ourselves. 3 and 2. Trying to think what I want to do next. What do you guys want to do next? I'm joking. I'm going to get on my butt for a second. We're going to do some standing stretches in a second. We're going to stay on the ground for just a few more minutes. We're just doing a front fold here, nice and easy. Nothing crazy. Keeping a soft bend in my knees, tension in my toes. That's what keeps the tension off the ligaments. And I'm just slowly extending forward. Slowly letting my hands get closer and closer to my feet. Not trying to bend my back too much. More trying to extend my chest towards my toes. You can kind of fold down if you want to feel that stretch, but I'm not really trying to pull your back. I want you to feel it through your legs and through your quads, your hamstrings, really. Keeping a nice tension. And 3 and 2. I'm going to try something. Let's just pull this leg up. Maybe, yeah, let's try this. So I'm keeping this leg up, kind of pried to the left a little bit, and I'm going to just extend down on my right leg. Not too crazy here. This is kind of a dynamic move, opening this hip up. Same thing, keeping a soft bend to my knee, tension in my feet. And I'm feeling really tight on this, like my lower left side, so that's why I'm trying to do this stretch. Never really done this stretch, just more to just put myself in a different position. And I'm folding down into my right leg. And 3 and 2. This is a little weird, so I might not do this one for very long, but just trying something new, just trying to feel my body out. I felt it right here on my left side. I've had some tension here since last Sunday. So just wanting to feel through. Now I'm gonna try to get it evenly distributed on this other side, opening up my hip with my leg up, and then just folding forward. Sorry guys, I'm always amazed by my veins, and this is my blood clot calf. It's my favorite calf. It's got some wild veins, but focus on this left side for just a second. We'll come out of it. And 3 and 2. Let's do wide-legged straddle, just extending forward slowly. Same thing here. Trying to push your chest forward, not push it to the ground. A lot of people like to, just get the full fold and go to the ground. I like to try to pull my chest forward, try to extend my back, pushing my arms forward, inching. Obviously, you are going to fold a little bit. That's just part of it. But if you can, extend through. Let's come out of it nice and slow, nice and easy. Let's just do the right side now. I'm going to give myself a little bit of space so I can widen out. You turn your body to the right, keeping that soft tension in your knee, and just stretch forward. Really letting that, really feeling my right hip here, extending through my right hip. Good, come out of it. Come back center. Slowly go down to the left. Extend those arms forward as you can, however much you can. Trying to feel it in your hip flexors, trying to feel it in your hamstring. You're doing great. Just focus on being present, showing up, and working on those muscles. Let those muscles stretch out. And 3 and 2, let's stand up and do some standing stretches for just a second. Probably just gonna do about 5 minutes of this, so just take your time, do what you can. It's more about just getting your feet activated, letting your body kind of open up. I'm gonna do some quad stretches for a second. Putting my left leg over my right. This is a tough move, so take your time. Start here, pressing that heel, back of your heel into the top of your thigh is where it helps me kind of create stability. And then I slowly just sit into this. I slowly just sit in to that right side. My foot is nice and pried out. I'm trying to create that stability. Even on my mat, even on carpet, I'm still trying to press through, find that stability within myself so I can sit into this right side. And then as I come down, I'm pushing that butt back just like in our squats, trying to sit down in my chair. Excellent. It's a good stability move. Any point you get waddly or wobble, just come out of it. Reset. I'm switching over to the other side now. Left leg, right leg's coming on top. Find my stability first, and then I slowly sit into it. Pushing into that chair. We really need to focus on this left hip flexor and focusing on my quad. Nice and slow. It's also opening up this right side, obviously, where dynamic moves. 3 and 2. Let's hold it for just one more second. Come out of it nice and slow. Reset, shake those legs out. I'm gonna do some side lunges. I really like them. We're gonna do a few warm-ups to each side. Legs are spread wide. And with the side lunge, you're really just kind of sitting in to this right side like a squat. Yeah, kind of like a squat, but it's a little side lunge into it. And then you're extending through this left inner thigh to let that groin get nice and stretched out. Let's go to the other side, back to center, and now to the left. We're just holding for a few seconds each side, and then we'll do an extended hold at the end. Back to the right. Trying to sit in here, making sure your knee is trying to stay behind your toes. I know it's tough, it's a pretty dynamic move, but you do want to sit into that chair if you can. Maybe you need to extend your leg a little bit to give you some leeway. At any point you don't feel comfortable, it hurts, step out of the move, reset. This needs to be comfortable. Stretching should always be comforting and releasing. It should never feel like it's an exercise, you know? Even though some stretching is, this is natural, it's all stability. Let's come back to the center, now down to the left. Making sure you're extending that foot out. I love what I've done with my feet over the past couple years. I wear barefoot shoes a lot. I try to do all my workouts barefoot. It's allowed my feet to really expand, not be constricted by modern shoes. It's really important here though, because it allows my foot to expand, it allows me to extend through. All right, let's come back center. We're gonna hold for just a second on each side. To the right now, one last time. Sitting in deep here. Not hurting ourselves, but just feeling it, feeling the stretch, feeling that groin, feeling that abductor. Sitting in to this right hip flexor for just a few seconds. And 3 and 2, back to center, reset. Let's do a front fold for just a moment. Reset those hips. And 3 and 2. Now we're gonna hold that left for just 20 seconds. Sitting into that left, sitting in that left hip flexor, extending through our right groin, right quad, letting ourselves get nice and stretched out here. Sit into it, feel it. Work it. And 3 and 2, we got a few more standing stretches and we'll get back on the ground. Let's do just some good old knee raises and leg pulls. I do these every workout, but obviously it's still great to do even on our stretch day. Really pulling through, lifting that knee to your chest, feeling where that tension is, maybe in your hips, maybe in your quads, and just pulling it nice and slow. Now I'm gonna pull from the backside, just alternating. Pulling that foot towards my butt, feeling it in my quad here. Really feeling that stretch in my quad. I'm also feeling that little bit of tension on my back that I'm trying to release through my quad. So that helps too. Whatever works, whatever makes you feel good. Let's get a few more. And 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent. Let's get back on that mat. I'm trying to think, is there any other standing ones I want to do? I think those are all the standing ones I wanted. Let's do some twist. Oh. Let's get on that butt for just a second. We're gonna hold butterfly. Hold this butterfly for just a moment. We're gonna just let those hips kind of open up a second before we do some twists. With these twists, I always emphasize not using your arms to twist. I'm really bad about using my arms to try to create that tension with my twist, and that's where injuries happen, because using your arms is putting force on your muscles in your back and your spine that aren't meant to pull that hard or push that hard. And I think it's just really important to build on what you are capable of doing with your core, and then just adding a little bit. Once you start adding your arms in, you're pushing that core past its limits, and that's where injuries, and I'm just warning you because I messed up my back probably 6 or 7 months ago trying too hard to twist. So I just want to give you a warning to focus on twisting through your core and not using your arms to create that tension. And I'll show you in just a second. 3 and 2. Let's extend those legs out. We're just gonna do, you can pick either side. I'm gonna cross my left over right for now. Trying to keep still some tension or soft bend in my knee on this right. I know it's tough. My thighs are big and I've got a bunch of fat and muscle blocking me, so I know this is tough here. But like I was just saying, I'm gonna twist to my right, twist to my left. My bad, I'm mixed up. But like I was just saying, I'm not gonna use my arm. I'm trying to just extend through my core. And then I'm just using my hands as props. I know it looks like my elbow is pressing against my thigh here, but it's not. I'm trying to just use my hands as props, and I'm twisting through. We're gonna do both sides with each leg. I just like to do these stretches. At any point you feel uncomfortable, come out of the stretch or do a lighter version of it. Take your time. And 3, and 2, come out of it nice and slow. Let's do the other side. Leg is still the same, but now I'm just twisting the other side. You can do a twist either way. It doesn't matter what leg you're going with. Same thing here, not using my arms as tension. I'm using them strictly as props to help my core twist. I want to twist through my core. I'm quenching my core. I'm really feeling it through my core. Where's that tension this week? Where are you hurting? Take your time. Come out of it nice and slow. Excellent. Let's go right over left now. We'll go back to this left side. Stretching through this left side, using my hands as props. Trying to feel where you're hurting this week. Where are you tight? Where could you be more loose? But at the same time, just showing your body love. That's what's so important about stretching. It's a self-discovery. Every stretch is another discovery about who you are, where you're trying to go, and what you need your body to help you do to get there. That's why I love stretching. That's why I need to be better about it. I do love it, but I will admit, I need to be better about it. I probably do it consistently, only really one big day a week, and I really would like to go into 2 or 3 days a week. And this is part of that. I do it at home here, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go and do a yoga class. Let's extend to the other side, doing the same leg. Same thing here, do not use your arm. Your arms are strictly props. Do not use them as tension. But the stretching is just so important for that self-discovery so that you can keep going to do calisthenics, HIIT exercises, sports, whatever it may be. You got to stretch to figure out where you are physically so that you can make sure you don't hurt yourself and so that you can keep showing up to all of your events, your sports, whatever it may be. Nice and easy. Do not pull through this side. 3 and 2. Let's extend those legs out just a second. We're just going to do a front fold again. Just letting that back stretch out from this twist. Good work. Good work. Let's get on that back for just a second. Like I said, we'll finish up with pigeon at the end, but I want to do some back work for a moment. Let's just do a nice little, bringing our knees into our chest, pressing our lower back into the ground. Maybe you want to extend your hips out a little bit and just rock. Oh, rock on that lower back nice and slow. Let that lower back stretch out. Oh, I love this feeling. Maybe you want to extend your feet up to the ceiling, grab them on the outside of your foot, do some happy baby. Still pressing that lower back into the ground here, letting your hips open up. I feel it right here. Oh, letting it open up nice and slow, but still trying to press my lower back into the ground. And 3, and 2. Let's bring those legs back to the ground. We're gonna do some figure 4. My left heel is on top of my right knee, and I'm gonna pull my right leg up, keeping those connected. I'm gonna bring my right knee up to about 90 degrees, and I'm gonna slowly push in as I start feeling this tension on my left hamstring and my left hip flexor. And I'm slowly gonna pull this right leg in as I try to push this left knee out. Gotta keep up with the time, I don't wanna miss pigeon. Nice figure 4 to open up those hip flexors. Slowly trying to bring the right leg into you while pushing the left leg away from you. If you're causing yourself pain, please stop, reset. This should not feel painful. It should feel just like a slight tension. Feels really good. Come out of it nice and slow, dropping that right leg. Bring that left leg down. Now, let's bring that right leg up. Right heel is on the left knee. And now you're bringing that left leg up. Same thing, pulling the left leg in, trying to push the right knee away, creating that tension through your hip flexor to stretch out. Figure 4. You got it. Excellent. Trying to keep ourselves square, pressing our lower back into the ground. Sometimes I lean a little bit just because maybe I have some tension, maybe I'm a little sore, I can't really figure out where I'm supposed to be leaning. And so that's where I gotta focus on symmetry and making sure I'm trying to keep my body as symmetrical as possible so I don't create imbalances within my muscles. And 3, and 2, come out of it nice and slow. Good. Stretch those knees out. Maybe you want to do some butterfly on your back for just a moment. It's a little bit more dynamic stretch in the butterfly than sitting down. Good work. We're just going to do a nice little twist or fold on either side, and then we'll get into our pigeons. Let's extend our legs back out. I'm going to bring my right knee up and then let us roll over to our left side, bringing our right knee over. Maybe you want to keep it at 90. Oh, nice and slow. Still trying to keep my shoulders on the ground, but I know it's really tough when you're trying to extend this leg. Maybe you want to just extend your right leg straight like this and then fold all the way over. Still trying to keep your other shoulder down. I know it's really tough. If you have props at home, this is really nice. Maybe putting a pillow under this right leg, under this knee, because it's really tough to keep this back shoulder down, especially with my body type and just how unflexible I am right now. But just a nice little twist here, feeling it through your core. Just focus on being kind to yourself, going slow. And 3, and 2, come out of this nice and slow. Leg up, leg down, good. Take a moment, reset, wiggle it out. Let's get this left leg up, holding it for just a moment. And then we're gonna come down to our right side. I gotta move around a little bit because I'm a little crammed with all my furniture in here, but it's okay. I'm gonna move around. And now this left side's coming down nice and slow. Just feeling that twist through your lower back, through your core. Be careful here. Like I said, this shouldn't hurt. This should just feel like a slight tension that's kind of releasing. If it feels any more than that, come out of the stretch, do less. Don't hurt yourself. Trying to keep my back as parallel to the ground as I can, just to really feel that stretch through my core and through my stomach. All right, I'm gonna come out of this in just 3, and 2, and 1. Good. We got 3 minutes each for our pigeons. All right. Let's start out in just some high pigeon. I'm actually not even gonna pigeon at first. I'm just gonna start with this, I don't know if you call it a snake pose. This is for Flamin' Hot, as always. This is one of my good friends who's also a participant of the church. He loves to recommend this move, and I'm blanking on it right now, but it feels really good. My hips are just extending to the floor. My legs are extended all the way back. It's just a nice little warm up before we get into pigeon. And with pigeon, I'm gonna come out of this pose. Maybe I'll do a little child's pose for just a second. But with pigeon, I'm gonna bring my right leg forward. I need to keep an eye on the clock. Right leg's forward. Really trying just to keep that heel maybe above my left. My right heel is just sitting above my left knee. And right now I'm doing a extended pigeon. Hands are raised up. I'm trying to extend this left side back as much as I can and focus in. Feeling it through this left hip. Slowly letting that hip slowly come to the ground. If it feels comfortable. If it's tight, if it's tense, stay in a comfortable position. I just need you to figure out where you feel imbalance and try to find balance within it. You know, try to push into the stretch, not hurting yourself, but feeling tension and letting it release. In 3 and 2, we're gonna let that right hip drop to the ground now, because I'm gonna let this other leg come beside me. So now my left knee is below my right foot. And we're just gonna do a twist from here for just a moment. I'm gonna twist to my left for just a sec. I just like to do the left side for a moment, but then we're gonna really twist through on this right. Same thing here, do not use your body as tension. The tension and the stability is all through your core, and you're just focusing on twisting through your core. Stay focused, twist through your core. Let's go do this left side just one more time. I think twisting is great on either side, even if you're doing counter-dependent kind of movements, or what would you call this? Like this, you know, obviously I'm doing a very specific movement, but twists are always great. Let's come back out of it. We're gonna go back into our regular pigeon, but now we're gonna do a resting pigeon, because we're gonna extend that leg even farther. We want that hip to get as close to the ground as we can, and we really wanna open up that hip. And we're just holding this for a few more seconds till we switch over to the other side. Let that right side get its release. My elbows are on the ground. Elbows are below my shoulders. I'm not trying to push to the ground. I'm just letting my hips really use gravity to kind of let my hip flexor open up. And I'm just letting that right hip hang as low or as high as I need to, whatever feels good. I'm not really trying to push myself. In 3 and 2, come out of this nice and slow. We'll extend that left leg back. We'll do a little child's pose, let those hips reset. Good. And let's come back up. Let's extend the left leg forward now. Let's do a high pigeon, keeping that right leg extended back as far as we can. That right leg is really where I start to feel the tension, or my hip flexor opening up on my left side. So I got to extend my right leg so I can feel it through my left side. Chest nice and high. Be proud. We showed up. It's Saturday. Just letting that hip flexor open up nice and slow. Feeling it through your body. Don't let the tension hurt you. Let it guide you. Listen to your body. Your body's trying to tell you what it needs, but you gotta be careful, and you gotta listen carefully. Take your time. Let that hip come down to the ground now. Let that tension come out a little bit. I'm bringing my right leg under my left heel. We're doing the twist again. I'm gonna twist into my feet like I did last time, so my feet are gonna get some love first. Twist into the feet for just a second. Using my hands as props, using my core strictly as foundation. And now, let's do the regular twist to the left. Same thing here, do not use your hand as tension. The core is where you stabilize. The core is where you turn. Twisting nice and slow. Holding that twist if you need it. Maybe don't put as much tension in your hands if you're leaning too hard. You can always twist without your hands. The hands are just a nice prop to help you stabilize and really push through that stretch. And 3 and 2. Let's go back to this right side for just a second. And we're gonna finish up with our low pigeon, and then we'll basically be done. But we're not done just yet. Let's come back into it, extending that right leg back, making sure our left is nice and extended. Low pigeon. Push through here. We're almost done. Stretchy Saturday is basically over, but it's always a reminder to keep going, keep coming back, keep stretching, guys. Even without me, I need you to stretch. Like I said, my personal goal is 3 days a week. So usually I'm going to try to do like a midweek stretch, maybe Wednesday, since that's like core day. It's really nice to get the reset on Wednesday, and then I try to get as much stretching as I can Saturday and Sunday. Whatever I can, you know, just hop on the floor in any moment. If the floor is dirty, clean it, and then get to stretching. Whatever you need to do to get stretching, get all the other tasks done. Holding this low pigeon, letting that hip flexor open up. Just letting gravity bring that hip to the ground. I'm not trying to force it. I'm just letting gravity stretch me out. And 3 and 2, 10 seconds, guys. As always, it's a privilege to be here with you. I didn't do any upper body stretches. I probably should have since we did upper body yesterday. My upper body's sore. But as always, it's a privilege to be here with you. So proud of you for showing up. We'll finish up tomorrow with a little podcast, and then we'll talk about the future. I love you guys. Have a wonderful Saturday.